Hello. No, I have not stopped singing. So I was not going to film this because I didn't film writing the first draft, but I cannot focus on this stupid thing. So I feel like I have to film it because maybe it will motivate me. I don't know. I cut my hair quickly. Fun fact. Also was gonna film it. Also didn't. I think it came out pretty good. It's really messy right now, but ignore it. So I'm currently trying to revise my thesis proposal for my grad program. Technically, I am done with my class for the spring because I submitted the first draft of my proposal, which was like the final assignment, but I have to submit the revised proposal, like the official proposal, in order to apply for my thesis, like to start my thesis in the fall. And I just cannot. I have this problem that I realized when writing my short story. Sometimes if I'm really passionate about something, I don't mind revising it. Like, I'm revising my novel right now and I love it. Like, I mean, love is a strong word, but I don't mind revising it because it's making it better. It's something I'm passionate about. But when I am done with a project, like, I remember, I think I talked about it briefly, but when I wrote my short story for my class last year, wow, it was a year ago. Wow. Like, once I did the first draft, I was done with it. And revising it was so painful because I just did not want to look at it anymore. I was done. I was not interested in revising it. The story was told. Wasn't passionate about it. And so it was like pulling teeth to revise the stupid thing. And that's how I feel about this proposal. I wrote it. I'm done with it. I don't want to look at it again. And it doesn't help that I hate essay writing, and this is like a super long essay essentially. How long is it? It's like 17 pages? It is 17 pages, yeah. I have no interest in revising it, but I have to. I have to. It's funny because I know I'm going to enjoy writing the thesis 1,000 times more than this. It's just the proposal to write the thesis. I just don't want to do it. Because my thesis is going to be my final draft of my novel, or like a really good, happy draft. So to recap, just because it's been 1,000 years since I filmed a video and uploaded a video, and I can't remember what I last talked about. My goal still, and I feel like this is my blockade of not writing, because I know, like, if I should be writing anything, I should be working on the proposal. I don't work on the proposal, so I haven't been writing anything. Is to finish my second draft before my summer class, which I don't know if I talked about it. I filmed a really short vlog, me writing, and then I never uploaded it, and I feel like it's been too long, so it'd be kind of weird to upload, but maybe I'll still upload it, I don't know. But my summer class officially is postponed, or not postponed, but it's going to be online, so it's not going to be in person. I like spend time being bummed about it. I'm fine now. But it's still happening, so it's mid-July, and it's like this intense 1 week long writer's workshop. Sorry, I'm waking Zach up. It's literally 3 a.m. right now. But, yeah, and so my goal, and I'm really, really need to do it because I just know I'll be beating myself up for the rest of my life if I don't, is to finish my second draft before my workshop so that I go into the workshop with a much more solid revised draft versus my garbage first draft that I have right now. So yeah, like I want to spend time really working on revising some solid writing and not just essentially rewriting, which is what I'm doing, and not waste time with that. So yes. And then for my thesis though, so if like everything works out wonderfully in a perfect, wonderful world, my second draft will only need like minor edits and I can start querying. Chances are, realistically, that's not gonna happen. So part of my summer workshop is the editors and agents weekend. In a perfect dream world, I like lock in an agent then, and they're like, Haley, I'm gonna send this to my publisher right now, and I get $1 million book deal, and oh my god, how wonderful. So even in a dream world where that happens, I still will have to work on revising it. Like, I can't imagine a world where they think it's 100% perfect. Like, they'll have the publishing house would have an editor, blah blah blah. And so even in that dream scenario, I would still have to do a final draft of my book that I can still use for my thesis. So what I'm saying is, even though I'm hoping to have the next draft be so solid, I still know, even in the most dream perfect world, it's going to need a final version, which is why I feel more comfortable saying my thesis is going to be still my first book, Guardians of the Skulls. So not like, I thought about maybe doing a sequel if I was comfortable with where the first book was at, but now I know I'm still gonna have to do a final draft, so I'm going to be doing my thesis as the final draft of my book, hopefully, and the goal is at the end, if I didn't lock in an agent, which is, chances are I won't, by the end of my thesis, I will have a final polished novel that I really truly will start querying. And I'm making the statement to my thesis director and my advisor that that's my goal. So I have to do it in order to graduate. So talk about putting that deadline on myself, but it feels so good to do. I am the worst without a deadline. This proposal is evidence of that. I finished the first draft, no problem, by the due date, because there was a due date, but now with the revisions, she's like, oh, just, send me the next revisions when you can. I'm like, you can't tell me that, because I'm gonna send it at the end. And there is no real end. I just have to have the proposal approved by June 1st, but since there might be back and forth revisions, I have to technically have my second round in sometime before June 1st, but there's no specific date. It's not going good. This is why I know I need to traditionally publish, because if I try to self-publish, guys, I'm never gonna submit a book. I need someone to tell me. I'm working on that. That is a goal for 2020, is more self-discipline, but I thrive with due dates. Anyway, that was a ramble, so there you go. But it's after midnight, and that's what happens. It happens before midnight too, so I don't know why I said that, but the reason I am so awake, because it's 3 a.m. I have had the worst quarantine sleep schedule. I don't know about you guys, but I have this habit of after I'm done working, so at 4 or 5, I usually finish at 5. I've been doing more 9 to 5, even though my technical schedule is 8 to 4, but I've been sleeping in. So yeah, I've been finishing around 5, and then a lot of times I'll just eat dinner and then take a really long nap from 7 to 11 or 8 to midnight, and that's what I did tonight. And so then I'm up for a couple hours sometimes, and then I go back to bed, and then I wake up at 8. Yeah, it's not a healthy sleep schedule. I hope you guys are doing better than me. Okay, but the point of me picking up this camera was not to bore you with the details of my life for 9 minutes. Oh God, can I ever get to the point? No, this is why I'm bad at revising. I need someone else to do it for me. I have to revise this 17-page, essentially critical essay, and I do not want to. The plus side is my amazing advisor who sent me my editing notes did so very extensively. Look at these. Look at all of these notes. It's not that I don't have fantastic direction. I do, which will help. I'm literally just gonna go note by note, but I'm just done with it. I don't want to do it. I will say the really cool thing about my proposal is that what I did talk about and what I've been trying to learn, which is focusing on the first chapters of young adult books and sort of what makes them successful and catchy. I learned a whole lot, and that's what my proposal is on, is my critical analysis of studying bestsellers, their first chapter, and seeing what it is that they have that made them good. Oh my god, that keeps waking up, but did I mention our apartment is way too small? We need a bigger apartment. I can't sneeze without him hearing me. Actually, that's a normal thing. That was a bad analogy. But yeah, so I do want to do a video just kind of summing up what I learned, because I think it's really cool, and I actually did a lot of research on it, so I feel a little bit more educated to talk about it, I guess. It's still very much it's my opinion, so don't take it as fact, but yeah. And so it's not the topic itself that I don't want to do. I just don't want to do the revising. Please don't make me, but I have to do it. I've been putting this off for a long time. I submitted my first draft. Oh my god, it's been almost a month. That's so bad. Oh my god. Is time like literally flying for anyone else? Literally, I used that word incorrectly, but oh yeah, no, I thought it'd been like a week. That means I haven't uploaded a video in a long time. Okay, quarantine is messing so badly with time for me. Like, I can't believe April went by in a blink and May is almost over. And that's like really blowing my mind. Like, oh my god, what have I done? I have not done anything this month. Oh my god. Okay, we can't be freaking out. We have stuff to do. I picked up the camera to film this as hopeful motivation because if I am declaring I am doing it tonight, I have to actually do it. So I guess I'll get going. I really don't want to. When I really don't want to do something, I just want to snack, but I shouldn't snack because I have been doing that way too much too. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna start now. I don't want to. As a looking green. It's creepy. Okay. How the frig are other author tubers so productive? I cannot relate. I cannot relate at all. Kate Kavanaugh, what are you doing? How do you do it? I don't know how you do it. By the brook. Can I have some motivation? Can I have it? Can I have your number? I'm really stalling. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay. Here we go. I'm going now. This is it. Hope y'all ready to watch the sunrise with me. Sorry, I was not in focus for all that. I'm not filming it again though. Okay. The sun is up. The bad part is I'm not tired at all. This is gonna be a terrible day. Watching somebody right now head off to work. I cannot remember the last time that I actually stayed up all night, like legit. It's tomorrow. Actually, I do know the last time is when I got my wisdom teeth out and I wrote my first draft of my short story, and I think I stayed up till 6:30 a.m. So it's only 5:45, so I'm doing better. Not much. And the thing is, I don't even feel tired, so it's gonna be very dangerous. This is really dangerous because I'm gonna be exhausted later today. But I just wanted to give an update that I think I am close to being done. I have established like reordering things, and the biggest thing I have to do is go through and provide more in-text examples with quotes, which should be really easy. I mostly took them out because I didn't want, I don't know, I felt weird having too many quotes, which is how I originally felt in my first draft when I was writing it, and so I took a bunch out, but she wants more, so I'm putting them back in. I have this crazy thought, like in literally just 15 minutes our grocery store opens, and we have been desperate to get meat. Our grocery stores are completely still sold out of essentials, such as like chicken and toilet paper and all that stuff, because we've been, I think big thing is we've been going so late in the day because like early morning just haven't been feeling it. But this is my chance. I could get in my car right now and go to the grocery store, which opens in 15 minutes, and maybe get chicken. But no, I think I'm just gonna work on finishing, and if I'm really not tired at all, maybe I'll go. Probably I'll go. I'm getting distracted. I am getting really hungry though. I had dinner like 12 hours ago and I'm like starving, so I might get a little snack to reward myself for finishing. I'm so excited to finish. This has been weighing on me. I'm excited. This was an English muffin. It'll just look like I am super efficient with getting up early. Alright, so that is it. It is now well morning, 7:30 a.m. or almost 7:30. Zach and I unknowingly spent our first night apart because since we've been married, because I just never went to bed. But no, even though technically I would start working in just a little under 2 hours, I am still going to go to bed and take basically what's a nap, because I have learned that just fighting through and staying up never works. You always feel even worse. Alright, I'll see you guys soon as we start heavily rewriting draft 2 of my novel, because I think we've only got like, hold on, I have a countdown. 54 days to go. Oh boy. Basically NaNoWriMo. Well, okay, like 2 NaNoWriMos, but. Alright. Good night, good morning, good evening, everybody. See you in my next video. Alright, quick, if I can manage it, update before I edit and upload this video, because of course I haven't done it yet. It is now the May 26th, so it's been a few days since I turned in my proposal, and I just met with my advisor who went over it and did final edits, and thank God my next draft is just typo stuff, which it's my vice. Is it vice or my sin? I'm really bad with little typos. Like, I don't know how I got into this program, because like I suck. I hate fixing typos. I definitely need to hire an editor before I submit my book. I'm just realizing this, definitely need to. Oh my God, plan for that expense. All right, but anyway, quick update. Okay, so we just met and talked about how it's basically good to go minus a couple things, and oh my gosh, I'm like almost emotional because I'm just so excited. Like, she's talking to me about what my thesis is gonna look like, and how at the end of this I'm gonna have a book that is like ready to send out, and like, oh my God, it got just my heart racing. Like, oh, I'm so excited. And talking about picking a thesis director and like what the options are, and just, oh, she gave some really great options. So essentially it'll be awkward if my eventual thesis director watches this, I guess, I don't know, but I have an option of picking somebody I worked with in the past for my independent study that I was talked about in those videos, and I love her. I feel like she really got my story, and every time we had a meeting I was so excited, and I just feel like she just really got the tone of it, and she writes young adult herself, so she really understands the genre. But then my director mentioned this other person who she felt would be a good match, who was also a really great reader, and she just said is very good at looking at both big picture and nitty-gritty, and just is so good at like me saying what I think I need out of the story and like what I want advice on, and her like honing in on that. And so now I don't know, because I've told my advisor in the past I really enjoy having different eyes on it, because I always learn something new about my story. Even like my suspense teacher, like who had nothing to do with my genre, but just like getting different tips and tricks on that. So I have a bit of a decision to make. But also it might not even be my decision because they just might not be available to tackle a thesis next year. Like, you know, professors and like teachers or whatever at the school, they choose if they are going to take on a thesis because it's a big deal when you help direct a thesis. So I don't even know if I'll have a choice, so at least I have options because then I'll have a backup plan, I guess. But not that anyone would be backup plan. I would love anyone, but it's such a big decision. Like whoever I pick is like greatly going to impact my story, but I just don't know how yet. And so it's like, oh my God, like this is super important. But I mean, the most important thing is me. So like, I don't mean that in a conceited way, but just, I don't want to put too much pressure on someone. But yeah, like, oh, I'm so excited. And I just found out too, I didn't know this. So technically I registered for my thesis for the fall, but she said something like, yeah, you'll be, once you get approved, which will be a couple weeks, then you're good to go. And I'm like, oh, like we can start now? Like I thought it was, like I don't have to wait till fall. And she goes, oh no, like you start, like once you get it, you start. Like, so even though the class is like registered for fall, spring, it's, once I'm in, and then I'm expected to get going. So, which is a good thing. Like that's a good thing that I am like being told I have to really start. And also it's a good thing because like I said, I have my goal of having my next draft done before my workshop, which is mid-July. So I have like a month and a half now. And this would help that because I can tell my advising director my goal and they will say, okay, do it. And I need that pressure. So, okay, I'm like out of breath, nervous. And just, I'm so excited. I'm really nervous though. I've been really scared to write. I think I get this fear every time I go a really long time without writing. And then when I sit down to write, it feels scary because it's like I don't want to mess it up. And how many times have I talked about this and like gone over like, you're not going to mess it up because even if you don't use it, it's going to make you a better writer. And like, that's how you figure out what you need, is like figure out what you don't need and blah, blah, blah. But it's still like that fear is there. And so I'm really excited. Like it sounds like all this year, like now, starting from now, because just found out it starts now, not in the fall, which is great. I'm going to be writing every day to get it done. So it's going to be a really good year for that. Feels weird to say good year in relation to 2020, but yeah. All right. I said it would be quick. It's already been over 5 minutes. So I'm going to go. I will be seeing you guys a lot more if that's okay. Like I know my plan was to be uploading more like once this whole quarantine thing was in its groove, but life happened, you know, and I still am kind of adjusting to things. Not that life is super hard for me, but it's the same as for everyone else, or just as easy for me as for everyone else. That's a fat squirrel. But I'm not gonna body shame it. It's living its best life. I just feel like with the sun more, I don't know, there's a baby squirrel. Oh my God, there's a bunch of squirrels. He likes New England, get over it. You've seen a squirrel before. That is a fat dog. Wow, I swear I'm not on drugs right now. It's just the earliest I've woken up in a long time. As you can see, I stay up really late. Okay, this is not an update. I gotta go. So, yes, what I'm saying is prepare for more author's journal. Maybe I'll do something, maybe I'll call it something different just so it's like clear that now I'm working on my thesis. But no, I think I'll probably still just do author's journal because thesis is so arbitrary. Like what does that even mean? But all right, I'm gonna go. I sound like a crazy person. I swear I'm not. I just haven't had coffee yet, and apparently it just makes it so I can't focus on what I'm saying. And I just had a really exciting meeting that always makes me feel very jabbered. So, okay. I will see you guys soon. And hopefully I will have an update for you about what has been decided. So, yeah. Hope you guys are all doing super duper well as you can be, and that you are staying hopeful, staying healthy, staying as happy as you can be. And as always, feel free to comment. I always comment back. There's no telling when. It might be in a couple hours after, it might be a few months after. It's all part of the fun, but I will always comment back. Okay. I'm gonna get better at that too. All right, bye guys, I gotta go. This is, it's always getting weird and that's when it's time. Okay, bye.